with that, we'll fucking start as ever with
We're
a
on.
sort of delayed
Buzzing.
half-arsed entry. Thumbed it in.
Yeah, all right.
As ever, we've thumbed it
Thumbed
in.
it in. Didn't
Eh,
even spit on it first. No kissing, boys and girls.
Thumbed it in dry
Just,
for the Spotify.
yeah,
We lube
dry
up.
for the
We do
Spotify.
lube up for the
For this,
Patreon.
we do.
We
We
do.
do.
We
We even
semi-lube
get
up for the...
ourselves going first, guys, so we're already ready for the
Eh,
bungees pay for. The
so,
Spotify's get phoned in now.
so, Jack, what's been
Yes.
on your mind this week? Let's cut to the chase.
That woman that I've been kind of watching on Instagram.
Yeah, a fucking great place to start, because it's a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah. Like, we won't say her name because I don't want people to go and find her, and I don't
No,
want to get
no,
blocked
no.
by her. I want to keep watching. We're keeping her for ourselves, but we can explain what's been going on, kind of.
I don't even want to get, because I've seen the content, but you've been far more invested than I have in this.
Oh yeah.
I've been,
And
my bit'll come, but like this is all you.
All right. Well, obviously, you know me. The listener probably gets a good idea. I don't like people. I don't care about people. And that's not to say that I care about this stranger on the internet, but I am fucking invested in the story that she's not telling. Because there's a secret to her. Basically, this woman has posted a picture of the inside of a council house front door sometime in November last year, and then occasionally deletes it. And I discovered her on maybe Tuesday, and then every night she uploads new videos, and then by the time it's the morning, she's deleted all the videos from the night before, and these videos get 2 views. And I know that I'm one of them, and I started sending them to you on maybe Wednesday.
Yeah.
So now there's
I
3
am,
views on
right.
most of them. So you account for one of the people, I account for the other. And then last night, one of them got 8 views, which I'm guessing spooked her. Because after that, she posted like another 4 videos. And she normally only does 2 or 3. But she just stayed up last night later than normal watching some film or something to do with Pirates of the Caribbean or something to do with a pirate ship, I think it was last night. But basically, she starts it out by giving the most
into the mic, Jack.
the most benign explanation of whatever she's learnt or done that day, and then it's just becomes this sort of
Don't eat the mic though, Jack. There has to be a little bit of a gap.
It devolves a little bit of a gap. It devolves into fucking this just like she's sort of high, but on something you're not on.
Yeah, man.
Like you're both high in different ways, and you're like, I get that you need to talk, but this isn't a conversation.
No.
And it feels like there's someone answering her videos with their own videos that she then references, but for the life of me, I can't find out who that is.
Well, I get you with the whole, it seems like she's high, but like she doesn't seem pissed or stoned. It's like,
No.
But it's like some sort of just otherness. But like she seems very happy to be relaying this. What you've failed to mention though is like she's created this entire account, and like in the bio she basically puts the time at which she's going to post next. Which is like
the time. Usually it's the time she's going to watch the TV show or film.
Ah.
But she posts the videos before that time, and then she starts watching this program, which whatever it's going to be, which she then tries to time with this other entity that is involved with this account.
Right. Well, it's very secretive. It's very like, it's almost like how people down here in London City would do like a merch drop. Like they allude to a time, they remove the video, they only have one video on the account, they post the video and it's like, oh, we're going to be down at Dalston Market at fucking 12 o'clock, we've got 25 hoodies, they're going for £15 a piece, get them while you can, because they'll be on fucking Vinted for £200 tomorrow. And like, but she's doing it over the blandest, driest crack ever. Like, Ryvita level crack. It's so shit.
A 1 minute explanation of what a sandwich was.
No, get it right. A butty.
A butty. Yeah.
She started
loved that,
and ended that video by saying a butty is a sandwich, and then provided a minute of content in between, breaking down what a sandwich was, to then
But
reiterate
not to worry, because we already know what sandwiches are, meaning her and the one intended viewer of this.
Yeah, I'm not.
No wonder this person isn't sitting in the room with her.
I'm a different. Mad for this show, I know, but I've got a slightly different opinion on this topic than you have.
Hey, it better not be grounded in reality.
I don't know. No, it's not.
You don't want that.
It's pure theory. It's pure theory. There's no concrete about it. I think because she does. I think we both agree. She sounds like she's come from like maybe Eastern Europe, maybe even pushing up towards possibly Scandinavia way. Like
Eastern, but not. When you think Eastern, it's not like
not like Bulgarian,
Eastern,
Romanian, not like that way. Yeah. I think it could be more Northern Europe. But like it sounds like she's come over here maybe recently, maybe not too recently, because she speaks
7 years ago.
All right, okay. Well, that's mad because she shouldn't still be explaining at this point what the fuck a butty is to someone. But
this is what makes it so interesting to me, because you're getting all these little bits, and for whatever reason, my brain's filing it all the way, and I'm like, this is fucking mint. This.
I think
it's like when you find things in the drawers on Fallout.
Yeah, I think she's just lonely, and I think it's more a reach out into the world to be like a journal, like a little bit like a journal to try and reach out to people. But like even in a journal, or if you're trying to reach out to people, you talk about something that's got some fucking crack, you know what I mean?
Something you did that day.
And the fact that it's so dry, the fact that she spent over a minute saying that a butty was a sandwich, does make me think it's code.
Yeah.
Like, that it is actually something thinking. Else.
Yeah.
Like,
she's recon. Is it worth taking the first letter of each word of she's saying? I mean, that would be a hell of a code, though.
There's some sort of code involved in the program she's watching at the time she puts out every day. Because there's got to be a link between that as well.
Yeah, and the amount of videos as well, and if that picture of the front door is up or not. Because that's been up now 3 nights, but it wasn't up at the start of the week. But that's a photograph from like mid-November. Well,
the plot thickens.
It does.
Can we talk about my man?
Yeah. Let's talk about your little Instagram sensation.
I mean, he's not an Instagram sensation. He's become.
I would say he is. He's
become a bit of a global sensation. I doubt he's going to post much on Instagram anymore. But the bloke that set himself on fire outside the fucking Trump court case, like, fucking this mush. Fucking a curveball, because usually the self-immolation types are like either religious freaks or they tend to be
pink-haired. Pink-haired.
Yeah, they tend to be people that fucking they're not violent, and they won't be violent towards people. Their outburst or their outcry or form of protest won't be like a fucking shootout or something like that. They can only hurt themselves. It's what they know. It's what they're good at. So they will fucking torch themselves. This bloke, not a right-winger by any means. Not like a fucking gun nut or anything like that. Not a lefty either. Not really a religious freak. Just a freak. Don't get me wrong. The man's on one. He's definitely an undercover operative. His cover's been blown. Somewhat literally. But his leaflets, I can't even remember his fucking name. His Instagram handle for a start. I like the
idea that's how they put him out.
What do you mean?
They just brought a load of kit. Well, when you're saying his cover got blown, I like the idea that's how they put him out from the fire. They just bring out some birthday boy, a little birthday girl, and they're like, "Come on," and all these little kids just blowing on him. It's just screaming. Room starting to smell of crackling.
It's not. Yeah. It was outside. what I found was funny was the news, because the news were obviously reporting on the Trump case, like his fucking hush money case and that, which Trump's been doing he's treating it as a show as usual, man, pulling out his phone while he's fucking at like in court and shit, and the judge is like, that's contempt of court, you can't fucking do that. Just like putting his phone away like a spoiled little kid that can't play on fucking his games anymore. Tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Playing a blinder. He's an absolute fucking idiot, man. It's unreal. It's unreal. But the news saw this shit, saw flames, and went, "Oh, there's an active shooter," which is mad because I don't think many people walk around with a flamethrower. But this bloke, Max Azzarello, Dipshit Secrets, as he goes by on Instagram, tremendous handle. Looks to be at one point of time a sort of semi-normal human being. By that I mean had a dog, had a Christmas tree at one point. Played table football, always sketchy. Never really trust people who play table football. Never clocked that.
Never
as
anyone
sport.
that wants a second game of it at least.
Yeah,
you might
exactly.
See it and be like, let's have a crack on that. Come on, and then the person who's like, do you want another game?
Nah, you're
I
alright.
reckon I could have you there. I reckon I could have had you. You're like, you what? This fucking game a chance. What you on about?
You're like, nah, I'll take me victory and go, mate. Thanks. Yeah. Don't play don't play lower class talent twice. Sorry. But this mush. So he was they were fucking leaflets found all around his body that he was scattering about. Now there are two leaflets. I don't even want to call them leaflets would be to belittle them. There are two sets of documents that he shared from his Instagram that were both found like around the scene. The Dipshits, the true history of the true history of the world, the Haunted Carnival edition, and the Dipshit secrets of our rotten world. When the economy collapses and it feels like World War III overnight, you'll know exactly why. Now, I wanted to really have a laugh at this bloke because obviously, like,
is he dead?
So I'm not actually sure if he's been confirmed dead yet. Not many people survived that like percentage of burns, so he probably gonna die.
Is or is on his way,
if not dead already. He's certainly crispy. Certainly like crackling texture, I would imagine. Like he probably, if he ever does manage to move again, I imagine he makes a lot of noise whenever he moves.
Sounds like a cat's toy.
Just a crisp packet.
Yeah.
But I wanted to dislike him because immediately someone sets himself on fire outside of like a Trump courtroom. My head, foolish of me, I know, considering we talk about fucking programming and bias and that on here all the time. My head was like, fuck me, like some sort of mad Donald Trump supporter has been, we've got to try and save the saviour. Some QAnon mush has been fucking finally jumped it and gone, I'm going to torch myself and get Trumpy boy out of jail. I'm going to break him free. But nah, man. This bloke's documents, very important documents, dossiers, books of revelation.
Booklets, if you want to build a mental image.
Journals.
A booklet.
Yeah, I'd say it was a booklet.
Like what you'd get at a popular person's funeral.
Yeah.
You know, that they leave on the chairs.
Not dissimilar.
It's not just one page folded in half, it's a couple pages.
Not dissimilar, and also, like, sort of, they're not... Fuck me mic there. They also aren't stapled together in the middle. Which, what I would say is, if you do want to be taken seriously, yes, fold A4 in half to make booklets, but staple the middle so at least it looks somewhat official. In his leaflets, though, yeah, there's some mad shit. There's some fucking really mad shit. I'm trying to find the best bits.
It's not too
This is.
crazy though.
It's
Not,
not too.
it's
This
not
is
like there's
it.
fucking demons and that.
There's no
It's
demons.
very well set in reality.
There's no demons.
Just
Basically,
a very dystopian version of reality.
everything he's saying is hinging on cryptocurrency, and that cryptocurrency is basically a Ponzi scheme set up by like the PayPal mafia, which is Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, I think his name is, and a few of the others who were
Thiel.
behind PayPal.
Branson as well. He puts Branson in there.
Yeah, but he's not in the PayPal mafia. I was just getting into them first.
Okay.
But like they were responsible for obviously PayPal, but they're all responsible for like Palantir and a load of other shit as well. A load of shit in Silicon Valley. A load of stuff that involves like research into technology that is involved in finance, some defense, some AI, etc. Then Branson involved. Basically, massive figures when it comes to tech billionaires, Silicon Valley heads, and then like government figures as well. Stating that like cryptocurrency was set up by these groups to siphon money and launder money, and then stage crashes and stage and Epstein included in that as well. Stage crashes, stage failures, stage massive losses or fake massive losses for companies, to actually put all of that money or the actual profits that they gained instead into cryptocurrency to then launder out at a later date. And he is proclaiming that like when the inevitable crash of crypto comes, that not only will they like fucking obviously that'll be them pulling all their money out, but then governments and like banks will cover the losses in crypto because they'll have to bail people out, and those people will profit again, and we just become poorer. And he was relating it all to K-Fabe, like the fucking like wrestling, basically. Like so
the
like
soap opera around wrestling.
Exactly, that it's all like dramatized and it's like predetermined. Who else?
But that adds to the world stage theory, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's
It's
also
just a different way of explaining that.
But that
there's only like 15 people in the world that exist, if you like. Maybe exist is too metaphorical then. But he seems to believe there's only like a dozen or so important people that actually matter.
Yes.
Just in the same way the world stage people think there's only 20 people, they all wear masks. And
there's important people that matter, but they're playing a different game. They put on a different game to us, to what they're actually doing behind the scenes. There's a large number, but what they show us and what they're really doing for each other are two completely different fucking things. He then goes on about, I don't know, his bit about fucking Bill Clinton at the 1988 Democratic National Convention when he gave a speech in support of Mike Dukakis. I watched that and I read a couple of articles about it.
That was on like the third page or so. That's where it gripped me, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm very confused."
I got lost by that bit because I've watched it and I read a couple of articles and it was basically like that was Clinton's failure, and he almost didn't get into office and everything because of that. Like that speech was just shit. People didn't want to hear from him. People just wanted Dukakis to speak, if that's how you even say his name. And like he generally just fucked it up. It wasn't hate filled. It was just bad. So didn't get that bit. The sex tape was true. Rob Lowe, the fucking actor, famous mush, with the famous child now as well, that just got brushed under the rug. Like a released sex tape of him with two women, one of whom underage. And it was like while he was backing that bloke, that Dukakis fella, to be in Congress or whatever.
That's mad though, that somebody else's sex tape can influence somebody else's career.
Yeah. Oh,
do you not think that's a crazy thought? That
it is. It's a good chain of events though. It's a mad one to have. But this is what this also sort of like ties into Epstein, if you will, because having like certain figures go on that island and just be named or involved then results in a chain where you can be like, and the media can be like, well, this person knows this person who's been known to be friends with Epstein, so that totally discredits someone within, well, how many degrees of separation do you need to have before you remain credible? How many people away from Epstein do you have to be credible? Not the 6 degrees
12
of Kevin
degrees
Bacon.
of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
12.
12.
You get a little bit further from Epstein than you do from Kevin.
Yeah, I'd like to be.
Because even knowing,
I'm not entirely
12
sure.
People that...
I'm not entirely sure who I'd rather be far away from, Jeffrey Epstein or Kevin Bacon. Because, right, Jeffrey Epstein, not going to do anything to me. More than likely, not going to nonsense, not going to do any of the things that I'm bothered about him doing to me. Kevin Bacon, a dick. At least Epstein's going to have
Kevin
some stories.
Bacon's scary though.
Exactly.
I don't want to stories, but Bacon's scary because he disappeared for so long, and now he's a massive face in advertising, which makes me wonder: who did you upset? Who did you lose all your money to? Who owns you? Do you know what I mean?
I'll give you one guess, or what my guess would be.
I can guess where this is going. Yeah, fair enough.
I can imagine he's one of them.
Sinus relief.
Yeah. I imagine he spent a lot of money on Lemsip over the years, yeah. Real one for a soother. It was Kevin Bacon. A fucking stripe more. Like, he was from that era where he was
Halls
definitely
of fame.
Smashing gear.
Oh, I'd hope so.
And
he was in prime sort of time of like fucking Hollywood, wasn't
he? He was in Tremors, man. You don't agree to do a fucking film with massive worms if you're not on fucking loads of beak.
Nah, big worms are back meat in a big way now. You got Dune, innit?
Yeah, but that's been around time. That was pre-Tremors. Tremors looked at Dune and went, what if we had Dune, but fucking with no thought whatsoever, and we stripped away any sort of storyline, and we just had big worms chasing Kevin Bacon about, and they went, Sam, mate, Sam.
Godzilla and all, mate. Godzilla starts with a guy going out collecting worms.
Yeah, true. This mush did fucking open my eyes in some ways. This man, the fucking self-immolation fella, with the Harvard supercrime school, which was fucking very
that was interesting.
Very thoroughly fucking. Like, the chances of being a criminal or whatever are, like, more greater at a Harvard law school or at Harvard school than
ties in the Simpsons writers as well, don't he? Then
yeah.
Starts to claim they're all fucking.
Well, yeah, he talks about 27 writers who went to Harvard, basically saying they could serve their criminal interest through popular media. Their criminal interest being obviously fucking propaganda. Because he outlines fascism fucking greatly. And he talks about, like, fascism doesn't necessarily have to take control. It has to convince you to give it control. It gives you an enemy. It gives you an enemy. It gives you a common enemy. And then says, we can fight this enemy, as in I, the state, can fight this enemy.
Democracy.
You should give me all this power so I can fight it for you. They don't immediately go, we're evil cunts and we want to kill these bastards. Because people wouldn't fucking fall for that. But people also don't want to admit they've been caught in a lie. So when they agree to give their power over to someone, and then that power starts getting used for fucking negativity, people don't want to go, they lied to us. Because then that admits they've been lied to and they feel fucking stupid. So you're like, this is part of the plan. These must be bad people. This must be a bad thing. Like, he lays that out pretty fucking well and talks about that's what's happening now, and it doesn't matter which side of the coin you're on and which parties you're on. It doesn't matter. This is all like a stage. He was talking fucking... It was one of us. There's one of us. Basically, mate, we are both... We are him, but the fanny versions, because we haven't gone fucking full ball.
No. We're him. We're him with an outlet.
This is I suppose, but he had an outlet. He made leaflets.
Yeah, but that's a difficult thing to reach people with or to even believe you. There's a very visible... See, we can put these podcasts out for our 5 listeners, and we can see that them 5 have listened to it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas he's printed all these booklets. I imagine his box room's full of them, and he can look in that box room every night and morning when he wakes up and goes to bed, and he can see that he's not handed that many of them out. Not many people have accepted him. Whereas we can trick ourselves. We can trick ourselves into thinking, oh yeah, people are listening to the stuff that we're trying to teach people.
Yeah, this is very true. One thing I will question: these are all printed in colour. That's not cheap.
Pricey.
Yeah,
No, no.
that's
Someone's
not
funding him then. That's a fucking oversight there.
Where's he
Someone's
getting?
funding him.
There's no way that fucking he's done that off his own back. One thing I do like, one thing I really like, is when he's talking about, again, he's on the fucking ball when he talks about how governments like infiltrate subcultures or countercultures in order to pacify them and make them no longer a threat to the status quo or what they want to be the status quo. So they talk about, like, after Vietnam, they fucked the civil rights movement over. They fucked the hippie movement up. They started to, like, they used propaganda to do so. They created bands. But then the bands he lists and the examples he gives of class, he's like, Grateful Dead. They were a fucking government psyop because, like, they made hippie music, but they weren't against wars and stuff. It's like, have you seen the Grateful Dead, mate? Like, those people who go and see the Grateful Dead are barely hanging on. Like, there are a certain group of people that you wouldn't motivate them to do anything else. They exist just to take psychedelics. They're not supporting any movement. You don't want them to support any movement. They'll just get in the way and they won't be able to hold a sign up. It's the Grateful Dead.
But what if it's a way to get them people out the way?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing for everyone, though.
Great thing. No, yeah, but that would be a great thing for fascists to do. To be like, look, we've got these people here who are easily swayed. If they're entertained, they're going along for the journey.
But these people don't. If they didn't have the Grateful Dead, they're still not voting. They're still not fucking making a difference in life. They're just taking acid on the couch.
They might not vote. Yeah, but they might stand in a crowd.
No.
Think about the start.
They
Think
can't
about
stand.
during lockdown, and you had the parades, not the parades, the marches and the riots in England and that.
Yeah.
Over something that was mostly to do with America, and how many people were stood there not having a clue what it was they were protesting.
Yeah, but you know all those people.
Is that not the same?
No, because you don't get how many drugs these people are on. There's a special. Mate, I don't think you understand the extremity, how extreme Grateful Dead fans are. This is
I've never listened to him.
Don't.
I don't plan on it. It doesn't
For
sound
fear
like
you
my
may
bag.
become one of them. But they have their fans are
how little he thinks of me, guys. How easily swayed and led he thinks I am.
Well, they've managed to do it to several generations of people who continue to follow them round to this day. I'm keeping you safe from whatever psyop this is, but it's not what he thinks it is. They're not calming the masses. They've controlled and managed to give a sense of purpose to what would have otherwise been a very lost group of hallucinogenic affected people. Like, they are probably responsible for, like, many lives being saved that undercover operatives would have otherwise massacred if they didn't have fucking LSD and Grateful Dead. But they also mentioned Beatles. I don't think Beatles were, like, very anti. Like,
Beatles were supposed to be CIA controlled, though, to a degree.
I don't think.
And English Secret Service, especially after they replaced Paul.
Yeah, that's what he says. I'm not sure about that. The Doors. Obviously, Jim Morrison's father was an admiral in the Gulf of Tonkin incident.
Yeah.
That's a fucking good one. That's a nice link. That.
A lot of people think Jim Morrison was a fucking agent.
I do not think that, but it's very funny. I mean, it's an obvious one. Like, as soon as someone mentions Gulf of Tonkin, you're like, he's got to be involved straight away. Like, even if he weren't an admiral, even if he was like a deckhand, they'd have been like, obviously got him, agent. That's it.
He painted the ship.
Yeah. He was actually just selling coconuts on a raft nearby. Who else does these fucking mush talk about? Oh, he obviously goes on about the Mansons, that they used the Mansons as a method of going, look, the hippies aren't even good anymore. The hippies have gone mental. They're killing everyone. He talks fucking a lot of sense, but
He's took a lot of
this
a lot
is
of
you're
other
about
conspiracy
to.
stuff,
This is
though,
it.
innit?
He's basically done a 101 and stitched them together. But he's done.
In his
I've got to
own way.
say, right? A lot of people do that and come out with shit. Like, we've read a good few manifestos, and like, especially look at your average school shooter or fucking mass shooter manifesto. It always touches on like either the Columbine shit or the Elliot Rodgers shit, and it'll talk about the Great Replacement, like fucking white replacement theory. It'll talk about fucking immigration. It'll talk about the state, Second Amendment, some bollocks like that, and like, it's just rehashed, and they're usually boring. Elliot Rodgers, fucking decent, because he could actually write. He was semi-coherent, and like, I'll give it to him. Couldn't open the door, which is quite funny. It's pretty funny how he had to change his entire plan because he couldn't open the door because it was too heavy, but could write a few pages. This bloke, what I like, it's like he's got like Tarantino level of pastiche. He's looked at all the classics and been like,
them
right,
all together in a mainstream way that appeals to the masses.
Not a mainstream
Black, white,
way.
Chinese,
nah,
gay, straight, don't matter. You could be into this
you
because we're
are
all together
fucking
into
spitting
these.
on Tarantino here. That's not what Tarantino does. He looks
You
at
don't think?
No,
I
that's
meant it in a nice way.
but that's not how. That's not what he does at all. Because there's a lot of people that don't like his fucking films. What he does is look at classics, analyze why they're classics, and take
How can I
those
get
bits.
some feet in there.
Yeah, he does, and then adds a bit of feet, basically. Squeeze, and then takes those and replicates those scenes at pastiche. He's a king of pastiche. And just fucking super glues them shits together, and then somehow makes a coherent story, whilst jamming all his favourite bits from different cowboy films and old fucking blaxploitation movies and that together. Which is fucking mint. And that's what he's done here with these. It's not a manifesto. These leaflets, I'm going to stick to calling them leaflets. They are leaflets. Would leaflets be stable to get? They're leaflets.
Educational materials.
They're leaflets. No, they're leaflets. They're leaflets. He goes off on zombies for a bit, which lost me for a while. Yeah, he talks about a surge in apocalyptic fiction. Yeah. Fantasizing about an apocalypse to free them from the toil and drudgery of being a cog in the capitalist machine. He calls all American.
That's a quite a more recent, I would say, in the past 4 or 5 years trope that's come into conspiracy, where it's let's look at, because that's been popular, rather than going, oh, everyone's doing it because The Walking Dead was unusual and that became very successful and everyone wanted to copy it. It seems to be, but there must be a reason that people want this end of the world
stuff. It's before Walking Dead, though. This has been going on for fucking years, man. Literally, like from Day of the Dead onwards. And Night of the Living Dead onwards.
I think it really ramped up on how much of that stuff there was.
No, if you think about it, mate, Walking Dead was actually coming to the end of zombie shit. You had 28 days later, 28 weeks later. You had like fucking Hancock. You had everything that come before it. They had Resident Evil for years. Genuinely, Walking Dead was actually tailing off the zombie stuff. Because if you think about it, Walking Dead was that successful. What do you do after it? Like you have to be something else, because that was like so popular that's why it killed it. Well, exactly. Yeah. But I like.
What if that was like the way they ended the war on drugs? Then was with Breaking Bad. They're like, look, the country's fascinated with drugs. We got the war on drugs. Let's make Breaking Bad a cult phenomenon. Make it amazing. Make everybody think it's great. Make them love it. Nah, but they legalised weed throughout that.
Yeah, but that's not fucking meth. Everyone wanted weed. No one cared about weed anyway.
Yeah, but in the public's eyes, though, I mean.
But the public didn't care anyway.
Housewife, middle American.
Didn't care.
Oh, we're scared of it. We're scared of everything. At least it's not that.
No.
You don't think?
No, because I don't think they were watching Breaking Bad. They were watching Vanderpump Rules and Real Housewives of Atlanta and shit that my lass watches. because she watches the television of a 45-year-old American housewife. I'm not entirely certain why. He did talk about... We're going back. I'm getting all through these blokes' leaflets because I'm fascinated. But I'm with him.
Yeah.
I'm with him. I'm a fan. Listen, Spotify people, right? This bloke is fucking sound. It's the guest we never had, who we probably would have wanted. This bloke is chatting some top shit. Now, whether it's true and whether it's not, it doesn't matter. The way he's put it together is, first off, structurally correct. Grammatically and spelling-wise, everything is actually spot on. There are paragraphs, there are commas, there are things that should be there in places where there should be. There's no scribbles, there are no crazy diagrams, there's no pictures of the devil or some random 666s in the monster sign or anything like that. He talks about things as if these are plausible, and to a degree, some of them are very plausible. Some bits, maybe not. He talked about Kubrick, which a lot of people obviously go on about, how Kubrick was like, he basically showed people what the other side of the screen was like, to be like, this is what the other side of the screen's like, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. Some people think he was trying to highlight it and be a hero and be like, look, you need to see what Hollywood's like, and that's why he died. Other people, like fucking Dipshit Secrets here, like, thought that he was just admitting it, and he wanted people just to come to terms with it, like Doctor Strangelove and everything else. He was like, you can't change this stuff, just learn to love this shit, because it's going to happen anyway.
But that's a really good way to tie in the esoteric side of conspiracy, though, with the whole idea of the karmic law of the ethereal beings, and the aliens have to tell us what it is they're doing, the jinn, if you like, as well. They have to admit to what they're doing in some way or other, so that they can keep on doing it with no repercussions for them.
I'm very glad you mentioned absolutely all of that bollocks, because my favourite part of his entire leaflet covers everything you just said. It's the reality TV sells us hedonism, excess and interpersonal strife. Shows like Ancient Aliens misguided us with nonsense conspiracies, intentionally dumbing down the public so we don't realise the financial criminals are steering the ship. Which is fucking what I've been saying this entire time. So, I hate to say I told you so, because that also means I agree with a bloke that set himself on fire yesterday, and I found myself agreeing with a lot of what he said, which is quite worrying. I'm glad I didn't carry on taking sertraline, because I think that would have given, that greyness could have quite easily let me put up with the stench of petroleum for long enough to light the match. I'm glad I didn't. This bloke's chatting fucking sense. He's calling American politicians professional wrestlers. Love that shit. And he's basically being like, all the conspiracy stuff you hear is just to get all of you away from the real conspiracy, because you lot can be powerful in numbers because there's that many of you. So the best way to fucking stop you being powerful is to split you off into highly fantastical theories that different pockets of you will believe, and then you can argue with each other over them, rather than group together and take down fucking Musk and the PayPal mafia. Also, shit name for a mafia. Fuck the PayPal mafia. Just sounds a bit crap, doesn't it? Sounds like
the financiero. The
also,
financieros would have been better or something like that.
Imagine, right? How are you going to fucking have movies and that about PayPal mafia when you can't even turn up to a deal with a bag of money? You just turn up to a deal with a little.
Musk is calling.
No, you got to turn up.
Sticks.
You went a fucking little fucking tap card machine, like a little fucking 3G one. You've got, actually, mate. How much for this 50 kilos of cocaine? Sorry.
Getting the sum up logo on screen.
Do you want me to send that via friends and family or business products and services? Oh no, mate, I don't want to pay the 15% on products and services. Send it as friends and family. Yeah, but what if I don't like this cut? Mate, I think you're gonna like it. Just friends and family, yeah. And then he sends it over, and obviously it's cut to shit. But he can't do anything about it because he can't complain to PayPal.
I like the idea, though, that they're at a meet to do the deal, and they're really aggressive with each other, being like, "It's gonna be fine, yeah, just fucking give me the money." And then when they tap the card on the machine, the whole bravado breaks down, and he's just there, sort of scuffing his foot in the sand, going, "Oh, it always does this round here."
And it makes him put the card in.
Mate, just
Makes him put the card in because
I'm really
shit.
sorry.
Sorry, mate. It's slightly over the
It's over 100 quid.
Yeah, sorry. This 365 grand is slightly over your £100 tap limit. Sorry. Should have known.
It'll take a bit to. Oh, fucking hell! I'm gonna have to reset my phone. It's gonna. Sorry, give me a minute. I've got to set up a new hotspot. And then he's calling over his boys, being like, "Have you got 4G? Yeah. You what? Come here. You've just been promoted, lad. You're capo now." Proper building them up like that. And then as soon as it goes through, all the bravado's back. They jump back away from each other, guns faced at each other again.
Yes, I'm with it. I'm with it all.
Yeah.
I don't. The PayPal mafia just doesn't have that same sort of impetus. What are you going to steal? No. Can't steal money.
With that stuff at the end there about the dipshits guy.
Yes.
He got in a bit about like spirituality there, with it being like you don't know how powerful you are. So he's even got that sort of affirmation kind of thing going as well.
No, I said that bit.
Which will get in this. You didn't add that bit about you'll be powerful. I thought he did say we could all rise up together.
I did. He said that, but I made up the little bit that I just said there.
Yeah.
That was me. That was all me, baby.
Tell them we are free. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got the last page there. I thought it just says want to be a hero, doesn't it? Want to be a prophet.
Yeah, because then he just links it all back yet again to cryptocurrency and says that all these people are making money from crypto, that when the rug's pulled on crypto, the rug's going to be pulled on everyone. That will be the great reset, and then we won't have any power. Now, power leads me into this next bit. Because another great group that have power, and almost a great example of Dipshit Secrets, of his message in effect, essentially, when you want to talk about propaganda. I mean, you think about his ideas when he talks about the Beatles, and he talks about the Doors, the Grateful Dead, and what they did to, like, silence a very powerful movement and, like, stop them from being effective. Taylor Swift's got a new album out.
Apparently she's got 4 new albums out, and they're pretty much all the same, but she's put 2 songs different on each one as well to help herself sell more albums. And everyone thinks that she's like this fucking save the planet, help you, I love my fans and that, but surely that's got to turn people off from an all that.
No,
I've never seen a money grab like that.
They're fully duped
in music.
They're fully duped.
Properly into it.
And if she
grotty.
is, I am. But as the days go on, because yet again, like the only things I know about Taylor Swift, I know against my will. I wish I didn't. My lass lives the life of an American housewife. Ergo loves fucking Taylor Swift. Absolutely loves her. And therefore I'm exposed to Taylor Swift and in the Swift sphere, as it were. I wish not to be. I'd like to break free of it. But the more I learn, the more you just see there's no way this isn't a thing. Well, she's a human, I believe, but there's no way she isn't, like, molded and structured and guided and fucking, like, just moved around like a chessboard by a board of people from, like, every powerful agency in America, that is. Like, she is CIA, she is, like, the marketplace, she is the government. Like, everything she does is somehow powerful, and, like, it grips everyone who follows her, no matter how, even though her crack is just as bad as that lass you're watching on Instagram.
Oh yeah, mate, she's fucking boring.
Oh, the worst.
She's a fucking boring person.
But this is...
I had the displeasure of watching her tour on the fucking streaming thing because my missus was watching it. Oh, and I'll be dead honest, there's a few of her songs that I think I quite like these. This song
Hate
here, this song's
hate.
alright. I don't mind this.
I
I hear it and I'm like, I didn't even know that was Taylor Swift. I've
can't
heard it, I've
stress it
liked
enough.
it, that sound.
Can't stress it
Right,
enough.
but
If all of her sorry, go on.
little
You
ad libs
continue.
in between the songs and that, and it's just fucking dull, mate. And all the crowd cheering that, and you see her little smarmy little grin. She's like, always gets a laugh, that line. And you're
Yeah.
like, why? Why does that get a laugh? It's fucking. I know Americans have a fucking weird sense of humor anyway, and they react weird in crowds to celebrities, but it's fucking dull stuff, man. She doesn't say anything where it's all vacuous, man. It's just vacuous.
Yeah, which is
You think that she's like J.K. Rowling, and not in like a transphobic kind of way. She'd never admit to it, but in the sense of J.K. Rowling probably didn't write Harry Potter. It was probably written by a group of people eventually, like for most of them. And maybe she wrote the first or the general story, but then it will have been written by one of them writing committees and them writing, you know, there's
no, I
whole
don't
office
believe that
blocks
at all.
full of writers. Where
I don't
they
think I believe that at all, because
Do you not?
most authors wrote their books.
No, I think that a lot of them are written by people, and then they're like, we need to put a guy's face to this or a woman's face to this to help it sell.
I think
Like
now
the best women's author of, I think, 2021 was 3 men writing under a pseudonym.
I have no idea about that whatsoever. But
Yeah,
I do have an idea.
The year might be wrong, but that happened.
I believe that J.K. Rowling wrote her own books. Yes.
See, I think it was written by a group.
Why?
I just do.
Why?
Because it just seems such an influential thing.
Why? How is it?
And she managed to scrape 7 books out of it. Because look how long it lasted.
Yeah,
as
have
a
you seen?
franchise that
Have you
kept
seen fucking
big.
Stephen?
And it introduced a lot of children to reading. But
Mate,
it introduced
then
dumb
you could
kids
say
to
that
reading.
you could say that about any generations of books. Roald Dahl wrote countless books.
Yeah.
Right? Did he
At least
not write all of those?
pictures put in
Did
them,
he not draw? Did he not draw? Did he not write all of those?
Who knows, mate? Who
no, but
knows? Too far back to guess.
You have zero evidence or any sort of even reason to say that she didn't write them, other than the fact that they did well. Which is stupid.
Okay. So it comes
Stupid,
down to the
though,
same
innit?
thing as always.
Stupid.
No. It comes down to the same thing as always. If I was a fascist leader, or if I was able to write books that would potentially influence society and influence people, and
how was she influenced society with them?
Because Harry Potter was a kid that lived in a cupboard underneath the stairs and was a victim of abuse. It's giving them kids hope and making them
mate,
want a
but
drearier life.
every book does shit like that. Almost every story is person starts off shit and then things get good for them. You are talking about 90% of media ever, because that's what stories are. People don't want, this person was class and actually started out life class, and guess what? They ended class because it was fucking that sound in it. And good people and sound people with loads of money just always have good money. There was a lad who lived under a cupboard, stayed in the cupboard.
Well,
would you read that book, Jack? Would you read that book?
I would read that style of book if it was the other way round.
Would most people in the world read that? When most people in the world watch Disney shit, and most people in the world watch things where the good guy wins. Nothing was influential about fucking. Do we have flying Ford Anglias? Nah.
No.
Does everyone own a fucking owl? Nah.
Some people own owls.
Are school uniforms capes?
Owls.
Do we have capes now? Nah. Does a hat?
No.
Does a hat, apart from during things like the FA Cup draw or something like that, does a hat decide where a team or a group of people will be going? No.
But you've got like there's like the political side to it, isn't there? There's the different houses that was based on socio-economic class within it.
Really? Were there? Were they
based
on socio?
Going off the Hogwarts game.
No, was it? It was more so. It was more so like fucking. I wouldn't say it was classes of people. It was more personalities, wasn't it?
Was it not?
Because if you look to like the Slytherin lot, were like cold bullying type. You had people from money, but you had people from money in like a lot of the houses.
I didn't
And
get
this is
that
already
from it,
talking
so.
about more than I even remember from Harry Potter. I'm remembering stuff that
Yeah,
I
I don't
didn't
remember
realise I
too much of
remembered.
it.
But
I honestly haven't
I
even
do
watched the
not
films. I've
believe
watched
that.
the first two.
However,
I've got
Taylor
very little to
Swift,
base any of this on.
you want exactly.
Well, my point with Taylor Swift,
I
is, do
believe.
you think her music is written by loads of people?
Yes.
They sit down, because
Yes.
we know that with rap music, that they tried to do that at least. They may have done it, but they tried.
Oh, ghostwriters exist.
There's all of these.
Ghostwriters exist.
Not even to the degree of ghostwriting, to the point where there's rappers that have come out and gone. There was meetings that we would go to, and we would be told, you need to use this word, this word, this word,
Oh,
mention
yeah,
these
yeah,
three
yeah,
companies,
yeah.
talk about this, and in at least 3 songs that we can put to single or
Yeah.
put to, maybe put to press. It's got to encourage this sort of crime. It's got to encourage this.
Well, no, it
And
was
that's
usually
where some of
marketing
them
over
would
everything
come out
else.
of it and be like, no, I don't want to be, I don't like the idea of this.
Well, product placement and that, yeah, I'm not so sure about the crime bit. But
I've heard about the crime bit.
Yeah,
I've heard about more of the crime
I've
bit
watched,
than
I think,
the
the same video that you're talking about as well, which is like the fucking meeting of hip hop or whatever it was called, where it's there's a few people talk about there was a massive industry heads meeting. Whether there's any truth to that video or not is fucking God knows. People like to chat shit when they're on camera, but fully agree that like there's product placement and stuff like that has gone on in all sorts of music like that, especially when it comes to, when you think about it, rap's a really easy one because the people who get into it, especially at that time, like 90s, 90s, even like 80s, whatever, no money in it. So like if you're on a record contract and someone comes up to you going, hey, you want to mention Coca-Cola 3 times, or Henny, you want to mention Hennessy like 10 times on your album, because you've got to, because otherwise you're not getting 30 grand for the album, you're going to go, yeah, fuck it, I'll mention Henny. Also, Henny sounds cool, why not? But then when they try and slip in other things, you sort of progressively goes downhill. But I would agree with you that Swift, a board. Even if she does do the writing herself, it's vetted. It's vetted.
It sounds like it's written by a committee.
But it's also, but it's done in such a way, like The Simpsons, where you would think that like it sounds legit enough that it could come from her. Do you know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean, like The Simpsons? No.
So how fucking our boy Dipshit Secrets talks about The Simpsons. You know how he says
it's written by
like,
one group with one aim in mind.
No, how it's written by like the Harvard criminals, like the propaganda agency, but it's written that well that you would never think of it as propaganda because it's a fucking funny show. So with Taylor Swift's music, it's written that well that at least for its intended audience, they would never believe it to be propaganda because it seems like it should come out of that thing's mouth.
Yeah, because it's all about, if you wanted to get, is it black-pilled with it? It all seems to be about women not settling down with men and moving on to the next one as soon as possible. That's the generic thing with most of her music. Oh, I had that fella Frank, but now I'm with Dave, and next week I'm eyeing up James. Do you know what I mean? It's all that sort of stuff.
She's with some bloke right now, some fucking American footballer mush, and the album she's just released is all about fucking Matty Healy from 1975.
Yeah. I've heard like this as well.
Plays into
that's gonna be a kick in the teeth.
Now I'm not into this because I find this whole alpha, beta, and cook thing on the internet all very amusing. That lads try and categorise themselves in this and try to call each other these things, but it almost does play into the theory.
Anyone in real life that does that though.
I don't know. Like, I've bumped into I don't know if it's because I'm in a gym environment, but sometimes you get people who like aren't regulars but come to like classes and stuff and maybe go and lift weights a lot of the time who do talk shit like that. Again, I just find them very funny. But it's very cookie, innit? I hate to use the term, but like even this big strong American footballer fella, but I'm gonna write a song about Matty Healy from Britain. From Britain in the 1975, and he went on the Camtans and he went on the Adam Frieden shows and he fucking talked about Ice Spice and that, and like even her, even Taylor Swift doing like a song with Ice Spice, because Matty Healy made fun of Ice Spice on the Adam Friedland show. Like, almost seems like that was the system behind the Taylor Swift system, trying to somehow make up for racial tensions during that time. Because let's not forget,
So
Ice
that
Spice.
she's not accustomed, so she's not not acclimated, tied to it, whatever the word is for tied. that I'm looking for.
Because they need first off, well, twofold. They need black women to like Taylor Swift, because otherwise it doesn't work. Taylor Swift is a control of women, not just a certain colour of women. Although white middle-aged American women are obviously most in love with her, infatuated with the being that is Swift. But also, they needed to calm things down, and Swift calms things down. Swift's the leveler. Swift's the opioid of the American masses.
Well, what a sentient point. I've got nothing to say back to it. Where do I go with that?
We need to kill Taylor Swift. That bloke should have set himself on fire next to Taylor Swift.
Well, do you know who we should set on her?
Go on.
Fucking the Buffalo Boy. Have you heard about the Buffalo Boy?
No, please enlighten me, Jack, because you've got a smile on your face now.
Well, it's just I like the idea of this fella ripping her apart. He's an Indian gentleman who was caught making love to his buffalo a few times.
Oh, right.
I don't know if I'll be dead honest. I don't know if it was his buffalo, right?
Ah, right. Okay.
But he was caught making love to at least a buffalo. I'm not sure if it's the same one. And I was reading about this word I'd learnt about called zoanthropy.
Right.
Which is can you work out what that is?
Well,
it sounds very similar to another
zoo's
word.
Animal.
Yep.
Anthropy. Is it the study of somewhat?
Nah, it means like people. Anthropy, I think, means people.
So
it's people
animal
that can turn into animals. Human-animal hybrids.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Like anthropy, be werewolves.
Yeah, all right, that makes...
So this guy... Yeah, so I was reading about that, and he believes it's because of the act of shagging this buffalo, that's why in the mirror, when he looks at himself in the mirror, when he doesn't take his antipsychotic meds, he sees himself as a Minotaur now. And I reckon he would have the power to break down Taylor Swift and everything she's developed. If he can be like, look at that. He just stands next to her on a stage with a big mirror, pointing at his reflection in a mirror, going, look, everybody, look at me. I'm the Buffalo Boy. Obviously in a much more Indian accent, though. And then the whole crowd can look in that mirror and see him.
Do the voice.
No.
Do the voice.
Not on a public episode.
Be Buffalo Boy, Jack. There was a moment
where I thought, ooh, maybe I could can I think of a way to get around that? But no, because anything that I do is going to sound racist. I was trying to think what would be a buffalo noise.
No, don't. No, don't. It's the phone. Go on.
Yeah, he thinks the bovine cells. He thinks the bovine cells have gotten into him.
Right.
And mutated with his cells and started to create him and turn him into a Minotaur, starting with his mind first. But does believe that he turns into this Minotaur.
Is he
but,
not?
Like I said, the antipsychotics made it stop.
Has he not?
Which begs another question: psychoses, are they real?
Yeah. Or is it?
Or
is it just the bovine life trying to contact us from the other side? You mean?
Well, is it any of them? Is it the people that turn into half snakes? Is it the people that think they turn into jackals? I read a story about a guy that watched two people turn into jackals, which was quite interesting. It was in the same article, but it was. I thought that was, it's a fucking. Oh, what do you think about it? I want to know what you think about it, man. That's what I want to know.
I want to know. First off, I didn't know you could get antipsychotic meds in India. I'll be honest, I was stunned when you said that point, when you were like Indian, and then but later on said he wasn't taking his antipsychotic meds. Suggest at some point he was taking antipsychotic meds.
No. They put him on pills. Yeah, he got put on pills after this sort of incident.
Right.
It doesn't quite explain what the incident is, because the incident, from what I could read,
he shagged a buffalo, from what you said.
That wasn't the incident.
Oh, well, of course it wasn't. It's
from
India.
How it was referenced within this.
However, it was India, so surely he shouldn't be touching cattle at all.
No, you'd think it'd be sacred, but I don't know. A buffalo is bovine, but I don't know if it classes as cattle.
Because surely then he's fucked a god. And that essentially would make him a demigod. Or at least the creator of a demigod.
Well, it'd make the offspawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if this is why bestiality's wrong? Because this is what happens. It starts to affect our DNA and we start to see ourselves as the creature you've shagged. Imagine what you'd learn from people.
What I'd like to tell you, right
here,
here,
you look
right?
in the mirror and he's like, oh, I see a pigeon. I see a little pigeon boy.
I would I would like to hope, Jack, that even someone as uniquely brained as yourself would like to see that the issue with bestiality is not what powers you could possibly harness as a result of fucking an animal. How would they
control us, Jimmy?
I would like to think you have an issue with the fucking of animals.
Oh, yeah, I'm not for it. But I mean, if it's going to give certain people mystical powers, then I'm not completely against it. I just don't want that for myself.
Well, here's another point.
I'd have the powers without shagging the animals, of course. And it depends how good of a power it would be as well.
Here's what I would consider a reasonable explanation, right? Let's take it to be that you're right. The reason that we are completely discouraged from bestiality is because you might gain powers from it, right?
And that's it, guys. That's all we've got time for this week.
Hang on. But think of the people who would shag animals. Do you want those people getting powers? Maybe that's why bestiality
is strong in it if they can pin down a buffalo.
I don't think he pinned down that buffalo.
Do they need the powers?
I think your man did a fucking little bit of a deli special.
What that guy did to that gorilla.
Slipped a bit of fucking raw hypnol in some street food that he scooped with his own hand from a bucket into a paper plate of various liquids onto some sort of what I'm guessing is usually a bread. I don't know, I'm too busy watching them chop it with their fucking toenails. And then he's dropped 6 fucking vials of Rehypnol in that and gone, here you go, buffalo. Fucking have this, son. And then had his wicked little fucking way with it. Against all of the gods in his country. The elephant one.
No, come on, there's a lot of them. There's got to be one that's kind of for it. Like, probably not openly, but he's just watching.
I mean, there is a bull god, isn't there? You've got Brahma, so I don't know if Brahma was looking at it going, it's the brother, I never liked him. Never liked him. Ha 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 ha. Getting shafted now, aren't you, lad? Getting shafted. But no, can he defeat Taylor Swift? I don't. Let's put it this way, right? For the sake of the world, and think about this on a global diplomatic scale, right? If you're going to destroy an idea, something as powerful as Taylor Swift, the American dream, right? And you're going to do it, you want to do it in such a way that doesn't spark a world war.
You do it with sexually enhanced Indians.
You don't want to use it with a rapey Indian mush to just further the stereotype.
Yeah, you do.
Just to further the stereotype. Just to further the stereotype.
That's exactly what you want to do. What a way to cripple her completely.
This is the thing.
Destroy everything about the woke. And
how did we know the entire time that the way to bring down America was something that India's been doing so well for years?
Girl, man.
Hello, baby girl. Just one of the. That's how he comes on the stage. He comes through the crowd. The crowd parts. The crowd parts at the Swift concert.
Just comes up
It's
through
Madison
the middle
Square.
of the stage.
It's Madison Square.
Earpiece on little computer in front of him.
He's got a hollowed out fucking bull on his head. He's got a hollowed out buffalo skull on. He's going, "Hello, baby girl. Hello, baby. I would like to talk to you. Hello." And he's just holding the mirror. In fact, Taylor's stage. This is where she's gone wrong. It's Taylor Swift. She's gone all out. She wants to see herself from every angle. She's made a stage of nothing but mirrors. That wherever you are, show whatever's on stage. So as he's like, "Hello," and he steps on the stage, and then instantly there are 21,000 rapey Indian bullhead mans on the stage. And what does Taylor
One
do?
for everyone in the crowd.
What does Taylor do? What does she do? She does not.
Writes an album about him.
She
Makes love to him, takes on some of his bovine powers, grows another, and writes an album.
and then
about
writes
him.
an album about the American footballer mush.
Yeah.
Join us at the weekend for the Patreon. This is the end of this one.
Patreon.com/truth seeking.
Yeah, well done. Fucking class plug. We've got no sponsors.